Justice is the foundation of healing. Yet today, Sudanese women feel that justice is painfully absent. The perpetrators act with such impunity that they even document their own crimes. The fact-finding mission and ICC are crucial, but justice delayed is not only justice denied, it is an open invitation for further atrocities.
The key thing to remember is that hunger is always a political problem. In the last 75 years, we've made more than enough food to feed everybody. So today, we produce enough food to feed 1.5 times the current population of the world. So whenever there's hunger, even if there's a drought, even if there's a natural disaster, the actual cause of hunger, the actual cause of malnutrition, the actual cause of starvation is always a political failure and institutional failure.
I was reminded of a simple truth. We are not fighting for abstract numbers. We are fighting for childhood. We are fighting for the right of every child to have parents and have home. We are fighting for a future where no child is ever again stolen by those who murder.
Women's presence in politics and their participation in politics isn't just about fairness, it's also about better governance and better policy. When women enter politics, politics itself is transformed. It becomes more inclusive, more representative, and more responsive to society's real needs.
I do believe that United Nations and the European Union have always shared more than values. They share the vision of peace. Their success and credibility are very deeply interlinked. A strong and united Europe gives a strength to the UN, and an effective UN reinforces Europe's global voice. I am convinced that peace in Ukraine will become a foundation for a new chapter of trust in multilateralism, and the Europe will be the one leading this renewal by its example.
The international order is grounded, in my opinion, in 4 key human rights principles. Those principles are the principle of equality, the principle of non-discrimination, the principle of self-determination, and the principle of international friendly relations. When you do a combined reading between the United Nations Declaration on the Rights, on Human Rights, and the United Nations Charter itself, you clearly see that the world we are on is built on those 4 principles. Whether you are a state, you are an individual, you are a nation, you are a community, you should be respected, protected, and live in dignity regardless of your power, your assets, and live as one member of an 8 billion family members.
Impunity for the murders of journalists cannot be the norm, and the European Union has to strengthen its ability to protect journalists, because in Europe and around the world, many journalists are doing their bit to defend EU values of democracy and human rights.
Life for our nation, especially for women, has turned into a huge prison and burning hell. Every day, dozens of our defenseless compatriots across the country fall victim to torture, imprisonment, sexual assault, kidnapping, assassination, stoning, flogging, execution, buying and selling of women, forced marriages, forced displacement, and dozens of other forms of oppression and discrimination.
At first, as a child, I simply thought that it was very unfair what I was experiencing, my sisters, and millions of Iranian women. But then later I understood that it reflected a deep truth about the Islamic Republic, and that is that women are treated as second-class citizens.
Nos corresponde resolver nuestros problemas, pero esperamos de ustedes contundencia frente a la dictadura y en respaldo a quienes sufren y han sufrido persecución.
Prêts à sacrifier nos vies académiques et privées, nous nous battons pour la justice, la responsabilité et la protection des droits humains fondamentaux.
And there is another deadly weapon that kills Palestinians more than the Israeli bombs. It's the silence and the ignorance of the international community.
Russian authorities treat those accused on criminal offenses much lighter than Ukrainian POWs. What should be probably emphasized is that mostly violence was used not to extract any important military information. It was used just to humiliate prisoners of war and to make them suffer, to punish them for being Ukrainian soldiers and to punish them for being Ukrainians in general.
Je voudrais donc appeler ici cette auguste assemblée, l'Union européenne, le Parlement européen, à prendre la responsabilité qui est la leur, qui est la sienne. Nous avons pour devoir de veiller sur des personnes qui sont minoritaires, des personnes qui sont sans force, des personnes qui n'ont pour arme que leur amour, mais qui ne peuvent pas vivre cet amour.
For nearly half a century, people have been tortured for demanding their basic rights, their bodies held captive by those who have made sexual violence and assault tools of repression.